And I'm rolling too. So up and down the fingers. And into the palm. And the pads of the pinky. And the thumb. And into the wrist. And across the knuckles. And let's keep the ball in the palms and release the fingers and squeeze. And release. And squeeze. And release. And squeeze one more time. And release. We'll go around the back. Easing into it. Switch. And switch. Switch. And switch. Two legs, hinging at the waist. Switch. 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 And leaving the ball on the floor, assess the feeling in the feet. And step on the ball, pressing down 3 times right in the middle. Roll, stepping up to the knuckles, pressing down on each. Rolling across the knuckles. Bring the ball to the top of the heel, pivoting on the toes and rolling across the top of the heel. Press down just below the first metatarsal. At the side of the top of the heel. And in the middle of the 5th metatarsal. Roll down the bones. And scribble. Three, 2, 1, release, reassess. Go to the other foot, stepping down 3 times. Knuckles. Roll across. Press down underneath, just below the first knuckle. On the 2 points. Roll down. And scribble. Three, 2, 1, get the ball out of the way. Reassess. And let's do 12 good mornings. And shake the tree. What are you doing? Shake it, shake it. 3, 2, 1, center. Deep breath in. Twist at the waist and swing the arm. And center with some ocean wave breathing. Fingers and thumb at the base of the spine, step to one side, gather in starlight. And center. Same thing on the other, in the other direction. And center. Walk, march, jog. So let's see, today I figured we'd do some of Dr. Yoav Sopran's functional, everyday functional movements. Getting up and down from the floor, doing balancing on one foot while you're brushing your teeth. Sit the stands on the chairs, that sort of thing. So I'd say do whatever you want to do here to pick up the heart rate, including exactly what you're doing. Be safe. I think I should sprint. Gonna get going. We got rolling in the after class. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. And 20. And 30. 2 deep breaths. Interlace those fingers, raise them up overhead. And extend back if you can. Otherwise, just keep reaching up. Center and bend to one side. And then the other. Come back to center. Slowly lower the hands to the chest and push out. Come on down. Interlace the fingers behind the back and bring the hands up. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. And come on back down and shrug. Roll back. And roll forward. And take your hand, put it on the one trapezius and just massage. And then on the rear deltoid on the same side, right behind the shoulder joint there. And the other trapezius. And the other rear deltoid. And bring the hands out and rotate in one direction. And then the other. One palm is down, one is up, flip flop. Bring one arm across the body, pressing in at the elbow. And then the other. First arm behind the back, pressing down and in. And the other. Hands on both elbows. Rock back and forth, side to side. Bring one arm out, fingers up, pull back. Fingers down. Flop the wrist, wiggle the fingers, make a fist. Other hand, same thing, fingers up. And down. And flop. Hands down and rotate the neck. Reverse direction. Nod. And go ear to shoulder. Tuck in your chin and peck like a pigeon. Look up. And look down. Over one shoulder. And then the other. And let's do a side lunge. And the other direction. And let's come up and grab a stick. We're going to do the GymStick routine. And we will get those hamstrings, quads, and everything else in a little bit. Let's start with some dynamic swimmers. Other direction. On the back at the waist. Twist. Bring the stick down to above the knees. In the back, bring your hands in front between the knees. Hinge at the waist and pull up. And then bring the stick around front. Two hands at or near the top, step back, hinge at the waist and stretch the upper body. And come on up, bring the stick across the body with one hand. Other hand comes underneath, grab your shoulder, hinge at the waist and tug slightly on the shoulder. Bring the stick to the other side with the other hand. Do the same. Bring the stick to the side of the foot. Press out with the top hand, pull in with the bottom hand, hinge a bit at the waist. Same thing on the other side. Bring the stick in front of one foot. Step out so you're about 6 inches away. Stick against the collarbone, slide both hands down as you hinge at the waist, and then lift your sole and wiggle it laterally if you'd like to increase that stretch. Come on up. Same thing on the other foot. Come on up. Press the sole of the first foot against the stick. And the other. Turn sideways. Bend one leg and be on the balls of the foot on the other. Come on down, stretch the hip flexors. Switch the position of the legs. Do the same. Come on up. Grab one leg by the shin, ankle, or toes and stretch the quads. And then the other. First leg in front, knee back, in slightly at the waist. And then do the same to the other leg. And come on up, put down the stick, and let's start with the getting up and down from the floor routine. We're going to do 3 on each side. Well, no, we don't have to do 3 on each side. What we want you to do is to find the best side. So again, put one foot forward, the other foot back. Go into a slight lunge. You're coming up on your toes. And then try it on the other side. Determine which side is your strongest. If they're both the same, then you can alternate. But otherwise, pick your strongest side. And we're going to go into a lunge there and just come down on your knee. And if you need to, hold on to a chair in front of you. Otherwise, do without a chair and come down on your other knee. Then go to all fours. Roll over on your hip. Come back on all fours. Put that strong leg behind you. Bring your other leg up. Put your hands on your thigh and get up. Again, use a chair if you need to in front of you. In fact, I'll show you. I'll do it with a chair. There's a seat. Hold it on, or you can hold on to the back. Come down, both knees, one hand, two hands. I'm going to the other hip. Coming back up. bringing one leg forward, holding on to the chair again and coming up. Just good to practice this every once in a while in case you do fall. Let's do it with, I'm going to do it without the chair again, coming down. Other hands to the side, coming up, strong leg forward, on the toes on the back, pushing up on the thigh. All right, another one to practice every night, of course, is brushing the teeth. Holding onto the counter with one hand, picking up one leg, brushing, balancing on the one leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then balancing on the other leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And since we have the chair, let's just practice the sit to stands. Different ways you can do this. You can come down and push yourself up if you need to. And do 10 of those. You can cross your hands, making it a little bit more difficult if you're able to. You can put them out in front a little bit harder. We're going to do 10. That's 4, I think. Or you can put them up overhead, even more difficult. Just go as far as feels right for you. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great exercise to do whenever you can. Nothing like the squat. Then I'm going to put that aside. We're going to do some side steps. Just keep your eyes in front of you. Walk slowly, step by step, side to side. Good balance exercise. Looking straight ahead. And, you know, you could do this down a long hallway with the wall behind you. And then just one more is the doppling exercise. Not only bring your foot up as high as feels comfortable, even if it's only an inch off the floor, that's fine. Nodding and doffing, it's called. Okay. Just want to practice for the breath breath work this week, the 4-4-4-4 that we do in our at the end of the 5 Tibetans. You can pick your own cadence, but the idea is to bring it in to the count of 4, hold for the count of 4, exhale for the count of 4, hold for 4 before you inhale again. And we'll do 4 rounds of that. Ready? And let us rub our hands together. Cultivating chi. Going back to Yoav's Suprun, again, two other things that he suggests doing as we form a chi ball is getting up and walking for 5 or 10 minutes several times a day, half a dozen times a day. Even if you take one long walk, still try to break up your day with several short walks. And if you have stairs, try to go up and down them a couple of times. And center. 2 breaths. And let's open our hearts. And centering, exhaling, and sending it out. And center. And bring down heavenly chi. Let's gather chi from the earth. And as the cat says, namaste. All right.
Thank you, Tom.
You're very welcome. Hey, Richard. Take care, Nina. I've got rolling up my short sleeve. And what we're going to do is get a ball and go to the wall. I'm going to switch to the other camera, I think. And remember those upper trapezius and deltoids that we got before when we were doing the warm-ups? We're going to get those again, but this time with the ball against the wall. So put the ball there on one side and roll around with it. And if you find a particularly tender spot, one that was resistant to the massage you gave it earlier, just lean into it and breathe a bit. And you can move your arm around a little bit, moving the muscle over the ball. Or if you prefer, just keep rolling. To get reaches even deeper. And then move to the deltoid on the same side. And then get the trapezius on the other side. And go for it. Three, two, one. Ah, nice and loose. All right, let's grab a roller. And we're gonna sit on the end of it so that when we come back, our head and neck are on the roller. I'm gonna have to move down a little. You keep your soles of your feet on the floor if you want, or extend your legs, whichever you feel more comfortable with. Put your palms on the floor and just rock back and forth, trying to find your center of gravity here. Your autopilot, Sue Hitzman calls it. And what you do, hold, bring your arms up straight, and then bring them down by your side and up overhead, down by your side, up behind your head actually. And let's do 7 of these. This is my third. And 7. And then keep the arms up in the air and roll your shoulder blades over the roller so that they're pressing against the roller, and then bring it back up. That's 1, 2, let's do 7 of these. 3, 4. 6 and 7. And now roll off to the side. And you're going to be on the end of the roller. Up a little. And place it right in the middle of the side of your rib cage, the latissimus dorsi, and roll up towards your armpit, back to the middle of the rib cage, using one leg on the floor to push. I'm going to do 7 of those. I think that's 5, maybe 6 and 7. And then I'm going to go to the other side. And do the same. Right in the middle, 1, 2, 3. Six. And 7. And you're ready to go out and take some batting practice. I think.